Hello, and welcome back. I'm Dr. Ken Berry, a family physician, and this lovely creature to my left, your right, is Neisha Berry, registered nurse, certified breastfeeding consultant, and certified health coach.
That's me.
Just renewed her certification today.
I did.
She's all official.
Again.
We are going to be hanging out with you for the next hour or so, answering as many of your questions as we can and pontificating on all the political events of the day.
No, we are
not.
No,
we're not going to be doing that. We're not.
He just did that to get my pulse up, all right, to wake me up. I am awake.
112. Good.
Cool. Okay. It's not that bad. Right.
No, we're not going to talk about politics or religion.
Because it doesn't matter, because everyone deserves good health.
That's right. Regardless.
Health optimization. Yes. And we're not stepping in dog crap today.
Right.
Thank you very much.
We may talk about sex tangentially, and definitely we're going to talk about poop.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but otherwise, none of the other stuff. Yeah, it's good to be with you guys. How's it going?
Welcome back. Where are you from? Where are you watching? Tell Dr. Berry's grandmother, Granny Berry, hello in the comments. She loves to watch and see where you guys are from because it just blows her mind that people from Alaska or Canada or Italy, she just cannot. It makes her so happy to see those comments.
Yeah.
So say hi to Granny.
Say hi to Granny Berry. She's 94 years old and she still doesn't understand the YouTube machine, but she likes it though.
She understands it enough. All right, guys. So we're here to answer your questions in a generalized YouTube way. This is not medical advice. Again, this is YouTube. But we're going to do our best to help you guys out.
Absolutely. We got a question here from Nav. When supplementing with glutamine, would supplementing with glutamine be helpful for gut health if you're already doing carnivore? No, it'll be a complete waste of money. You're going to get all the glutamine you need from meat and eggs.
It's probably not going to hurt if you just want to do it.
If you want to spend some money. Now, if you're eating a vegan diet, you probably do need to supplement with glutamine and about 12 other things. Good question. I love good questions like that. So what are you up to? Any updates?
Yeah, so I just interviewed Michelle Hearn, registered dietitian, who is on the board of the American Diabetes Society on my channel. That'll be going up sometime this week. She is amazing, and it's nice to hear from a dietitian who's not saying dumb things like moderation and balanced diet and actually has some good advice for you guys. So I'll be having her on my channel this week, and I'm also interviewing Erin Power from Primal Health Coaching for those who are interested in maybe going down the health coaching path, becoming a health coach, or you just want to listen to what health coaches do. I'll have her on my podcast YouTube channel on Tuesday. So tomorrow.
Everybody's saying hi to Granny Berry.
Yeah, Granny's very popular.
Myrtle Beach says hi to Granny Berry. I love it. All right, guys, if you have a question about health, nutrition, medication, proper human diet, vegan diet even, feel free to ask your question in the comments. Keep it short and sweet and to the point while including all relevant information, and we will answer as many questions as we can. Here's a question. I hit the wrong button. Sorry. From Christella.
Hi, Dr. Berry. I'm a RA patient, rheumatoid arthritis, who had my gallbladder removed. Currently, I'm on Lion's diet, taking magnesium and potassium supplements while still having severe muscle aches and fatigue. Is this an absorption issue? Please help.
Maybe. Are you taking any acid blocking medications like a proton pump inhibitor or an H2 blocker? If so, they can greatly diminish your ability to absorb the nutrients that are in your food, even on a Lion diet, which is made up of ruminant meat, salt, and water. It has all the nutrients you need, but you may not be absorbing them if you're on an acid blocker. It's super rare that somebody just doesn't make enough stomach acid or digestive enzymes, but it is theoretically possible. So if you feel like you're having trouble with digestion and absorption, then definitely see your doctor and get some extra testing done. Michael, Dr. Ids on TikTok has been going after carnivore creators. Any chance you will do a response video dispelling his false information? So I actually have seen a few of Dr. Ids's videos and Dr. Allo. I see all these guys. I was just telling somebody on an interview today, I'm not interested in winning an argument. I'm not interested in winning a debate. I'm not interested in proving anybody wrong. That's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this to put out a healthy, ancestrally appropriate option for you. And if it sounds good to you, try it for 90 days, because I'm not recommending some weird chemical pharmaceutical. I'm just saying, hey, eat ancestrally appropriate foods and don't eat anything else, and see how that works for you. Do it for 90 days.
Also, most of these people do this type of content to get clicks, because the people they are debating have bigger followings than they do, and they know they're going to get the clicks, and then that gives them the exposure, and like we're not going to feed into that. It's also, we want to spend our time with people who actually want our help.
Yeah.
And so why waste our time on people who just
we're not trying to argue, we're trying to teach.
Yeah.
And if you don't like what we're teaching, you don't have to do it. You don't have to listen.
Right. Exactly.
ABX, 7 and some letters and numbers. Would being on 20 milligrams of lurasidone interfere with my body's ability to burn fat and lose weight on a keto carnivore diet? Lurasidone. I'm not familiar with that. Is that a European? Either you misspelled it or that's a European medication. I'm not familiar with that one. I'll just put it this way. ABX, there are many prescription medications and several over-the-counter medications that will absolutely slow down your body's ability to burn fat. That will slow down your body's ability to metabolize sugar. Many prescription medications will do that, and I've got videos on my YouTube channel about lots of those medications. Gurdeep, my mom has narrowing of the bile duct. What can be the potential cause? There's any number of causes. This may or may not even be a problem. If she's able to eat a ketogenic diet or a carnivore diet without symptoms, this is not even a problem. I've seen many people with a narrow bile duct, just an anatomical variant that doesn't give them any problems whatsoever.
Quickly, I forgot to say, if you're new, if you see a blue name with a blue wrench beside of it, those are our PhD mentors and coaches. They help answer questions in the comment section. So if they're talking to you, you can take that as a good answer, because they have been with Dr. Berry and myself for years, most of them since the very beginning of this whole PhD adventure. So give them the respect of listening to them, because they are here out of the kindness of their hearts.
Yes. Jimmy says my A1C went from 9.8 down to 4.8. Huzzah, wow. Jimmy. Huzzah. And what is the level when you're not considered diabetic? Oh, you already passed that a long time ago, Jimmy. 5.6 or lower is considered completely non-diabetic. So you done reversed your type 2 diabetes. It's gone. I hope you told it bye. Because you don't have that anymore. You've completely reversed that. Well done. Well done. Well done. Here's a question from Steph. 46-year-old chubby hubby and wife needs stern encouragement. Mainly something like do it and live. Bring it. LOL, both high blood pressure and diabetes. So Steph and chubby hubby having type 2 diabetes and hypertension and being overweight increases your risk of having a heart attack or a stroke by about 20 to 30 times. So not 20 or 30%, but 2,000 or 3,000%. Also, chubby hubby, it increases your risk of developing impotence. It increases your risk of developing blindness, so you can't see your beautiful Steph anymore. Also losing toes, losing feet, losing legs, destroying your kidney function, winding up on dialysis, and there's worse things that could happen. So please, guys, you are human beings. Eat a proper human diet, not just for you and your spouse, but for everybody who loves you. I'm sure that you guys are not alone in the world. You have family, you have friends. They love you too. Do it for them, but do it for yourself. Steve, hey, Doc. Getting lots of news feeds about how plant-based is healthier and meat-based isn't. Amazing how the algorithm works. By the way, yes, my real name, Steve Large. Man, I wish I had went to high school. My name was Steve Large. I'd be like, the name says it all. I don't know what to tell you.
Yes, so it seems like the plant-based movement is becoming well funded by
Yes.
some pretty big names
Yes.
and
highly promoted by the algorithms.
Yeah, that too. So you're gonna see that. You're gonna see that a lot. So you just have to be able to discern like what's true for you and what's not true for you. And if you decide to go plant-based, just make sure you're getting baseline labs and you're documenting your symptoms so you can see if it really does work for you, and then do the same thing with meat-based. Like that's the best way to understand what's going to work best for you.
I would encourage anybody who's on the fence, who's watching this, all 3,100 of you guys, if you're like, I don't know, I feel like plant-based is better, but these people go plant-based. Do it for 90 days. Go raw food vegan for 90 days.
Yeah, there's a difference between plant-based and
I know, but you want to do it right. You want to go gung-ho, right? You don't want to have to do it.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, it's interesting to see the plant-based movement. So
do that for 90 days, then go 90 days of full-bore carnivore and just see which way you feel better. And then you've got your decision right there. Thank you very much, Cody. Tim, type 2 diabetes, currently. Had biliary acute pancreatitis in May. Labs AST 434, ALT 500, lipase 220, all now normal. Doc says remove gallbladder as future attacks could be life-threatening. Maybe. Before I had my gallbladder removed, Tim, and your doctor shouldn't be offended by this at all, I would get a second opinion from a doctor who's not affiliated with your current doctor. I'm sure your doctor referred you to a surgeon. Very often those doctors have connections or affiliations. I would go to just another primary care doctor and just say, look, this happened to me. Is there any way I can keep my gallbladder? Is it safe to try, or should I just have it out? Get a second opinion. And very often you'll find that the second doctor is not nearly as invested in you needing to have that gallbladder out. Keep your parts if you can. Arn? Tips, Aaron. You said it's Aaron.
I think it's Aaron, but I could be wrong.
Tips for the pain of hip bursitis. Best fatty profile meat ribeye. Yeah, I like ruminant meat that's very fatty. Fatty cuts of ruminant meat. That's where the meat that makes me feel the best. Is that true for you, or are you more chicken, pork, and fish make you feel best?
Honestly, it's what I can sustain that makes me feel best. And if I'm just eating beef, sometimes I get bored and then I end up doing something silly. And then I'm suffering because of that. So if you can stick to beef like 6 days out of the week, and then on that 7th day, you're like, I'm going to have chicken or pork, then, do what you can do and just eat the best quality meat that you can get, and don't overcomplicate it.
Yep. I love that. Now you can ask us questions in the comments, but another great thing you can do in the comments, which can be quite powerful, is you can tell your success story in the comments. You can say, hey, because you've seen there's people in here with type 2 diabetes and they own it. Like I'm a type 2 diabetic. I'm like, no, you ain't. This is just a temporary thing until you figure this out. Share your story in the comments, how you reverse type 2 diabetes or hypertension or any other medical condition, because I promise you there's 1,000 people reading these comments and they're going to be like, I did not know you could fix that. So please don't be shy about sharing your story. DNP, 51-year-old female, 1.5 years keto, lost 37 pounds, A1C 5.3, trigs 120, HDL 74, LDL 504. Insulin 3.8, blood pressure 96/67, CAC 1800. Cath this Friday. Ink carbs, thoughts? Ink carbs include carbs?
Should I include carbs? I think
you need to keep eating at least keto, if not carnivore. Yeah. The CAC being 1800 did not come from your 1.5 years on keto. It came from the previous decades of a shit diet that you were eating before. That's what caused that. All your other numbers looked wonderful.
Yeah, we also need to have some CACs done. It's on our things to do list. We're currently booked up, but we're going to do that.
GDF. Hello, Dr. Berry. My mom has a thyroid nodule that has grown over the last year. Any recommendation to avoid surgery that removes a portion of the thyroid? Well, first of all, if the nodule is non-cancerous, and they'll be able to tell that with a needle biopsy, there's no reason to have her thyroid removed at all. 90% of the time, thyroid nodules are caused by not getting enough iodine in your diets. And I've got videos on my YouTube channel about the importance of iodine and how you can get it in your diets. I've got a video about iodine-rich foods, and I also talk about iodine supplements. I would put off this surgery unless it's cancer. Thank you very much, Lisa. Misery C, 4 weeks in and no longer having pain in my chest from acid reflux, but I'm still having difficulty swallowing and a slight cough periodically, both of which can be symptoms of chronic long-term reflux, especially at night. Yeah. Should I start meds my doctor gave me? First, before I do that, I would do the following. Elevate the entire head of your bed 2 inches, 3 inches, 4 inches. What's that in centimeters? I don't know.
I don't know.
But so if you could find 2 red bricks and put 1 red brick under each head post of your bed, raise the entire head up. Sleeping on an extra pillow does not do the same thing. Do that and then keep eating a proper human diet. Give that 3 to 4 weeks. I think you'll find in 3 to 4 weeks that the cough is better, if not gone, and the dysphagia and the difficulty swallowing is also better, if not completely gone. Sue, 53-year-old woman with Dupuytren's contractures in both hands and adenomyocytosis. Do you have any info that carnivore possibly helps either condition? So carnivore is going to decrease the inflammation, and very often the contractures will improve a little. Now, if you've got a long-standing Dupuytren's contracture, you may have to have that surgically released. But before the surgery, you need to be 100% eating a proper human diet to decrease the inflammation in your body so that this will heal without making new adhesions and contractures. Now, if Sue doesn't know what a proper human diet is, she's like, that sounds great, but what the hell does that mean? What would you tell Sue?
There's a link to a free downloadable guidebook in the description of this video down below. Just click on that. You can put in your email address. You get put on our newsletter, but you can unsubscribe at any time. And honestly, like, we barely send any emails, but it will get sent to that email. You can download it. You can share that with anybody. So anybody who just wants to know what are the principles, go head down there, click on that link, put in your email, download it. And like we said, print it off. Give it. We don't care. Give it away.
Tommy says, do I need to take a multivitamin or does meat provide enough? So if you're eating a vegan diet or a vegetarian diet, you absolutely need to take a multivitamin. Okay. If you're eating the standard American diet, you need a multivitamin. But if you're eating real whole food keto or ketovore or carnivore, you have no need for a multivitamin at all.
Lisa says, raising the head of the bed really does work for acid reflux.
I used to do this back when we first met and we were dating. I was low carb, not keto yet. And I took 2 Nexium a day. And so paleo, low carbish. Yeah. And so I had 2 bricks under each head post of my bed. And when Neisha would have sleepovers with me, I would sleep on the couch. She would sleep in my bed. And she would wake up in the mornings and she'd be like, why am every morning I wake up, I'm down at the foot of your bed. She would slide down the bed because I had it so elevated, but you don't have to elevate it that much. But elevating the head of the bed is what you're doing is using gravity to your advantage, keeping the acid down in the stomach where it belongs.
Oh, gravity.
That's right.
Keep the reflux away from me.
Yes, that is it.
Jennifer, my kids grew up with a book called The Way Things Work.
Great book.
If you write a book for young people, The Way Bodies Work, addressing the basic human physiology, you teach us, kids would be better able to advocate for their own health.
That's a great idea.
If only I could get Dr. Brady to write a book.
Let me add that to my list. But that's a great idea.
Yeah. However, he does have a book right now out there that he
3.
never talks about. Yeah, 3 books. One is Lies My Doctor Told Me, which he wrote 4 years ago. We're doing a revised version currently.
Working on that.
Common Sense Labs book, available on Amazon. All these are available on Amazon. And Kickin' Ass After 50.
Oh, yeah.
He wrote that book with Zane Griggs, and he wrote Common Sense Labs with our friend Kim Howerton. You can find all of those on Amazon, and I think they are linked in the description.
They're linked in the description.
There you go.
Terry LaRue, male, 78 years old, keto, BMI less than 24, high heels, lift weights, A1C 5.0, Triggs 92, HDL 67, fasting insulin 3.0, C-peptide 1.3. However, CAC 1984, not a typo. Suggestions, yeah. For suggestion number 1 is realize that your current diet didn't cause this. This was caused by decades of your junk diet that you used to eat. Number one. Suggestion number two is to repeat your CAC scan every 12 months. Suggestion number three is to keep doing what you're doing as far as the hiking and eating a proper human diet, and expect that your CAC score is going to stop getting higher. It's going to either stay the same or start to go down, meaning that you're getting rid of the calcium deposits in your coronary arteries. That would be my recommendations. Carol, any thoughts of possibly setting up a gift pack welcoming to Proper Human Diet? She really needs you guys. Think it won't be so insulting. Yes, I'm a chicken or rump.
Carol, I don't even know. I don't know what that means.
I think, are you talking about like in our private community setting up so you can give somebody a gift to join? Is that what you mean?
I would love to do that. We've tried.
Yeah.
The platform we use, it makes it incredibly hard to do that. And I've been up their butts for 4 years.
They promise it's coming, but who knows? But we would love to do that. Anybody that's in our private community can use some kind of referral code. They can send an invitation for their friends to join. But another thing,
it doesn't give you a discount.
Right,
just a link.
Right. But another thing you can do for your friend is to you can download the Proper Human Diet Guidebook for free. You can make as many photocopies of it as you want to, and you can give it to all your friends for free. We do not mind if you do that. Sherry, after 3 years on carnivore, relapsed anorexia after a hospital stay and sugar water in my IV. Best way to gain weight and get back on track. Eat lots of fatty meat and lift weights.
So Michelle Hearn, registered dietitian that I was talking about earlier, I'm going to have her on my channel this week. She talks about this a little bit, but if you follow her on Instagram, she'd be happy to send you a message and talk to you more about this. This is basically her specialty. Is helping people recover from eating disorders and gaining weight with carnivore, and like she could really help you out. And she's open, like she works with people. Yes,
and Michelle is so smart.
She is.
She's so understanding, so caring.
She's one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Yeah. She's amazing. We love her. I was going to say something. Where is that interview going to be at?
On my YouTube channel. So if you type in Neisha, Neisha, and click on me. It's basically just me out there on the YouTube.
Yep. John says, does the carnivore diet help dissolve thyroid nodules? No, John. There's nothing magical about a carnivore diet. The reason that a carnivore diet helps people get healthier is because of what you're not eating and drinking. Okay.
It's an elimination diet.
It's an elimination diet. You're eliminating all the junk and all the inflammatory stuff from your diet. The way you make thyroid nodules go away is to eat iodine-rich foods. I've got a YouTube video that tells you what those are, and or to use an iodine supplement. 90% of thyroid nodules are caused by being deficient in iodine.
Maple honey.
Maple honey. I like it. Have you had any patients that have been on the following for many years get off them doing carnivore? Domperidone, Synthroid, coated aspirin, perinappril, omeprazole, amlodipine, and odanzatron bupropion. So yes, definitely the odanzapine bupropion. We've had many people come off that. Amlodipine's antihypertensive. We had many people come off that. Omeprazole, thousands of people come off that after they go carnivore. Perinappril is an ACE inhibitor for blood pressure. Many people have been able to stop that. Coated aspirin. Almost no doctors recommend taking a coated baby aspirin every day for primary prevention of heart disease. So if you haven't had a heart attack or a stent placed or a bypass, you shouldn't be taking the baby aspirin anyway. Synthroid, if you have hypothyroidism, most people, you're going to still need that for the rest of your life. And then the domperidone, depending on why you're taking that, yes, many people have come off that. Again, as Neisha said earlier, this is not medical advice. I did not tell you to stop any of those. You work with your doctor on that as you adopt and stick to a proper human diet.
John, is there any benefit to nuts, cheeses, veggies, berries on a carnivore diet other than just enjoyment? Also, wouldn't a diet of nuts, cheese undermine the carb knob because calories? So technically, on a truly carnivore diet, you would not eat nuts, cheeses, veggies, or berries because carnivore is made up of animal products or animal byproducts, eggs, dairy, meat, only with, some people include salt, some people include coffee, but that's basically a carnivore diet. So then if you want to reintroduce nuts, cheeses, and veggies and berries, you have to understand that you may or may not be able to tolerate those. You may have sensitivities, or you may have those be a trigger to falling into less appropriate foods. So even for some people in our group that have a real carb addiction, a sugar addiction, eating berries causes them to eat dark chocolate, which is, it's just dark chocolate. It's not very many carbs. And then before you know it, they're falling down the Hershey Kisses, so you have to really understand those foods aren't necessary, but some people can include them if they're moderators, but some people need to stay away from them because they cause them to eat other things. It's a slippery slope. And
a bigger question is, are there any essential nutrients in nuts, cheese, veggies, berries that you cannot get from meat and eggs and occasional liver? The answer is no. And I'm sure at least a few hundred of you guys just went, you're telling me that veggies and berries don't have any essential nutrients in them that you can't also get from meat?
Notice he said essential nutrients because, in fact, meat doesn't have fiber, but is fiber essential?
No, it's not.
Apparently not.
So if you want to eat a real whole food ketogenic diet and include all these things, I think that's fine, but I really think that many of you guys should do 90 days of carnivore as an
elimination diet
to get rid of all the inflammation in your body, because meat is the most uninflammatory food a human being can eat. And then after that 90 days, you can start introducing your favorites. Like, man, I miss those cashews.
There's a specific way you have to do this, okay? You can't just go reintroducing things. There is a way to do it. So I teach this inside the Proper Human Diet community. I'll be running a challenge in January. So those of you who are wanting to do that, come hang out with me in the PhD community. I'll talk about this every day that I go live. Like every single time I go live, this is my passion, because I think carnivore as an elimination diet is so powerful to helping people personalize their proper human diet. And if you want to read a book, if you're just ready to go, I recommend Judy Cho's The Carnivore Cure, because it really breaks down carnivore as an elimination diet.
One of the best carnivore books out there.
Yes. Yep. She has two. So The Carnivore Cure and The Carnivore something else. But both of those books, highly recommend. They're on Amazon. I'm going to have her on my channel in August. Very excited.
Yep. But we don't care about calories, John. Calories are irrelevant. Thank you, Nanny. VR, I'm recuperating from a bout of diverticulitis. What is the best way to ease back into a carnivore diet? You don't have to ease back into it at all. Just start eating meat and eggs. The meat and eggs didn't cause your diverticulosis to flare up. Fully laden swallow.
Been a minute. Where you been, man?
Oh.
Greetings, glowing couple. I don't do labs. You read those.
Oh, okay. Thyroglobulin antibody, 32.9. So that's a little elevated. TSH 5.4, maybe elevated, maybe not, depending on your symptoms. T370, T3 free 2.0, reverse T3 28.6, TPO antibody 186. So definitely Hashimoto's. And then current dosage of levothyroxine 50 mics. How to adjust dosage, please. So there's only if you're still having low thyroid symptoms, I recommend you do two things immediately. First of all, you need to go up on your dose for sure. 50 is not enough for you. And secondly, you need to switch to a desiccated thyroid product like Armor or Nature or WP or NP or Westroid, or in Canada, ERFA, because you're going to get better results with one of those. Let's go back over here. Oh, wait. Let me do this. Go back over here. See if we got any questions over here. Serena says she eats zero fiber and has
zero issues.
Zero issues. Fiber is not essential, my friends. I know you hear that harped on in the mainstream media all the time.
So Dr. Berry actually has a Carnivore 101 playlist right here on YouTube. You can watch it, and it covers pretty much everything you could possibly imagine about carnivore. And it's got interviews and topic-specific videos. And if you just spent your next few days going through that playlist, you would learn a lot.
You want to talk about this? How do you find
a doctor who will help me do the carnivore diet and do the proper blood test?
We got you. Listen close.
Go ahead.
So you want to find a low carb doctor, a keto doctor, a carnivore doctor, a doctor who won't yell at you and try to put you on a statin. Well, guess what we've started doing in the private community? We've been working with Dr. Tro and his group of young doctors who are licensed and board certified, and they're licensed in multiple states, like 30 or 40 states. Come into the group and do live Q&As just like this. Yeah. But inside of our private community.
Advice,
it's not
generalized discussion.
But you also, if you like that doctor, they can be your doctor. How about that? And so you don't have to go looking. If you're a member of our private community, you just show up for the live Q&As, get your questions answered for no extra charge. And then if you really like that doctor, they'll say, hey, I'm licensed in the following states, and I can do virtual visits with you, and your health savings will cover it, or your insurance will cover it, because they're signed up for that stuff.
And they're
usually
some of the nicest providers.
Yeah.
I mean, they are just so nice, and they will help you get the appropriate labs. They will help you and support you. We just had the first one we had in, it was Dr. Laura Buchanan, and
Such a sweetheart.
Like, you can ask, she's just America's sweetheart as a doctor and as a person, and we're going to have her back in the group. And those of you who are able to go to that Zoom with Dr. Laura, lucky people.
Absolutely. All right. Let's see what else we've got here from Raul. My urea nitrogen is elevated at 29. My doctor informed me that it's due to dehydration. Maybe it could be. Creatinine at 0.82, which is normal. EGFR at 112, which is also normal. BUN creatinine ratio is high, of course, at 35 because your BUN's high. He also advised not full carnivore and add carbs. So your doctor's currently ignorant, Raul. And I don't say that to be mean. I'm using that as a factual description. The word ignorant means that you currently don't know something. That's what that means. There is zero research that supports what your doctor just told you. You don't have any need for carbs. There's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate. You absolutely will benefit from eating a carnivore diet. But if you want to eat a real whole food ketogenic diet with some low carb vegetables, that's fine too. I don't care. Whichever way makes you feel healthy. But your kidney function is completely normal. Okay. A good doctor doesn't go by the BUN or the BUN creatinine ratio. They go by the creatinine and the EGFR, and yours are both splendiferous. Kirk, carnivore for 2 years, 50 years old, feel great, zero issues, zero meds. Longitudinal ridges on fingernails and toes. At any given time, 1 to 3 toes or finger will have splinter hemorrhage. So you need to see your doctor about the splinter hemorrhages, unless you do lots of physical labor where you're bumping your hands and working with wrenches and hammers and stuff, or on the farm like me. But the vertical ridges on your nails is completely normal for somebody who's 50 years of age. See my nails? See those ridges? They go that way. See that?
That's nothing.
Completely normal. Okay. Now, if the ridges are going this way, that could potentially be a problem. There are several. I'm actually working on a YouTube video.
I was going to say,
I'm actually
funny
working
you
on
should ask this.
because I was just doing research this morning about all the different signs that your nails can tell you what's going on. See my boo-boo I got on the farm? I got one right here too. So I know about splinter hemorrhages because
Bonnie loves to kiss Daddy's boo. She's
Yeah.
like, oh no, Dad, I got boo.
Beckett looks at him and goes, "Ooh, that's a bad one." And Bonnie's like, "Let me kiss your boo-boo." So funny.
Sweet.
Yeah. But the longitudinal nail ridges that go this way do not mean anything on your nails, and they tend to get more prominent as you get older. So when I was 12, you couldn't see these at all. But this is the same guy, same fingernail, that's grown out, and now I have more prominent ridges. It's completely normal. Don't worry about it.
Hey guys, have you hit the thumb? Have you hit that like button? Have you shared this with a friend, a family member?
That's a good idea.
Your provider?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you might want to do that.
You could share it with your doctor or
or
dietitian. Yeah, that might help them not be
If you
ignorant.
haven't, do that right now. At least hit the like button, because it really helps YouTube know that this is
Yes.
a good video and somebody else might like it.
Yep. And any comments you put in helps bump this getting sent out to new people who could have type 2 diabetes and not know it's reversible. Your sharing this video could save their life. I mean, it's kind of cool, actually.
It's classy.
Danny, my wife has MS. Would it be beneficial for her to be on the carnivore diet? And what would be the appropriate fat to protein ratio? 100%. How many people?
Many. But someone just recently, was it Dr. Sean Baker that had somebody had an actual case study of a person with MS that had basically reversed all their symptoms.
Not only had their symptoms reversed, but on the repeat MRI scan of their brain, the lesions were gone.
Amazing.
Yes.
Miraculous.
And there's nothing magic in the meat.
But it feels that way.
It's what you're not eating that gives the brain an opportunity to heal. Because we're meant to eat meat. Okay. So 100%. We have 2 or 3 people in our community who have MS that's in remission with a carnivore.
There's probably someone in the comments right now.
Maybe. Tell us in the comments.
Carnivore to improve their
Absolutely.
MS
There's several YouTube channels that are people with MS that put it in remission with carnivore or keto. And now they have a YouTube channel talking about that. Yeah. And so, I would recommend a higher fat to protein ratio because your brain needs lots of fat. But she needs to do whatever fat to protein ratio that's going to give her adequate fat and adequate protein and make her belly happy. That's what she needs to do. Riley's Lullaby, 2 months carnivore, get muscle cramps the next day in the area I worked out, no matter how much electrolytes and water I consumed. Any tips? You didn't tell me how old you were. This becomes increasingly common as you get older. Sorry. When I was 20, I could go walk 20 miles in the pasture. I would not have a cramp. Now at 55, if I do way more on the farm than I'm used to, I might have a cramp that night. That's just kind of how the human body works. And I get plenty of electrolytes. Working on the farm today, I've got some LMNT right here in my San Pellegrino. But I still, if I greatly overdo it, I'm going to have a cramp. That's just kind of par for the course.
I think some people just are more prone to that too.
100%,
do you feel like
100%,
when I was pregnant, it didn't matter unless I was down in electrolytes, I was getting that cramp.
Yep, 100%. And then also your degree of insulin resistance.
It does.
Well, yes, that's why you're more likely to get them when you're in your 3rd trimester. Ed, what is your experience with folks on keto carnivore who have cerebral palsy? I am wheelchair bound with cerebral palsy. I have lost so much weight on carnivore and fasting. Yeah, it's absolutely. So now Ed's in a wheelchair. He's got cerebral palsy, so he can't go to the gym and work out, but he's still losing weight. And when I tell people you can lose weight on keto, real whole food keto or carnivore without exercise, they're like, that's impossible. I've got to pay my penance. I've got to pay for my sins. I've got to work out. No, Ed doesn't work out. He's losing weight like crazy. I have lost so much weight on carnivore and fasting. Ed, I haven't heard of, we have people who've reached out to us with CP who they feel like keto or carnivore has stabilized their CP. But as you know, the natural progression, the natural history of CP is you're not going to cure it. You know that. Could you slow down the progression? Could you decrease the severity of the muscle spasticity, the spasms, the cramps, and other stuff? More than likely. So in other words, you can make having CP less severe and also not be a cerebral palsy patient who's also obese, because that's just going to make
cause a lot
everything worse.
Yeah.
And if you have severe CP and you have to have assisted living or you have to have help come in the home, I can promise you that if you're severely obese, they're going to be saying, "Yeah, I don't want to go to that house. I like Ed, but he's too big. I can't lift him." But if you're down to a normal body weight, you'll notice that all the assistants are happy to show up and help you.
All your assistants are happy to show up because they're good people. I promise.
Human nature is what it is.
This man, I swear, most healthcare professionals are genuinely caring individuals.
Sure, of course, but human nature is what it is.
Okay, well, I just want to throw the
Grandma Kitty Hamilton. Question, I don't know if we can get a part 2, Grandma Kitty, but we'll try. Part 1, keto 5 months, 71 years of age, A1C 5.1, LDLP 1523, high, LDLC 168 high, HDLC 79. Trigs, you didn't say Trigs. Oh, Trigs 55. Cholesterol total 255. If your A1C is also great, and your fasting insulin is also great, and your HSCRP is also great, then you're metabolically healthy. Grandma, nothing to worry about.
Serena, who's an RN, she said, "Are we?" We try to be.
We try to be, but human nature is what it is.
I know. I just don't want to make people feel worse than they already feel about healthcare.
I want people to feel rational and realistic. Rick Diaz, carnivore, 6 months now, down 34 pounds. You guys see a recurring theme here? Feel great, but still high blood pressure. We were just talking about this on an interview today. Blood pressure 160 over 110. Doc prescribed me amlodipine, which is fine temporarily until we find out the root cause. I like your doctor already. Should I fill intake? Yeah, for now. I'm 160 over 110. That's too high. You don't want that. Maybe ask your doctor for Acupril or losartan, an ACE inhibitor or an ARB. Amlodipine's a calcium channel blocker. It's okay. It's fine. Just take it. It's pretty innocuous. But you want your doctor to look for causes of secondary hypertension. And you can actually look up what those are. You can ask ChatGPT, hey, what are all of the causes of secondary hypertension? It'll give you a list. And then you can take that list to your doctor and say, hey, have we checked for all these things? Now, I'll tell you, Rick, that there is about 5 to 10% of people that even if they're eating perfect keto or perfect carnivore, they're still, their blood pressure is not going to be 160 over 110. You got something else going on. But it might still be a little high. They might need a little low dose of amlodipine, about 5 or 10% of people. That's how many people should have essential hypertension. About 5% of the people that currently have hypertension. All the rest of them can reverse it completely by eating a very, very low carbohydrate, proper human diet. Adolfo Taveras. I don't know. Hi, I consume enough K and magnesium, so potassium and magnesium, but still high blood pressure. So same answer applies to you. I'm not overweight, don't drink, don't smoke. So 130 over 90 that's barely high on the bottom number. 145 over 95, high on the bottom number. Okay, anything under 145 on top and under 85 on the bottom is normal. So you have mild hypertension. You would probably benefit from taking a low dose of losartan, low dose of lisinopril, Acupril, or amlodipine, just a low dose, just to knock it down 5 or 10 points, and then keep eating a very low carb, proper human diet that's uninflammatory and ancestral appropriate, and give your body time to keep healing. There's Holly Tracy. Lake Wi-Fi not great here in Nebraska. Hey, Holly. I didn't know Holly lived in Nebraska. How did I not know that? David, hey, Doc and Neisha, tribe member here, daughter, 34-year-old, director of an ICU at a hospital, having issues with nausea and vomiting only on the days she works. No medical issue.
I wonder if she's having anxiety.
That's very likely. Anxiety, bad work environment.
Yeah.
Could be.
She may love it, but that doesn't make it less stressful. And sometimes we suppress our emotions and they come back to the surface with those kind of symptoms. So
obviously we know
this is a theory. I don't know.
Well, that's what we're going to do is come up with theories, and then you're going to test those theories. Mm-hmm. Now, this is almost certainly not an organic, like she doesn't have cancer or something, because if she did, she'd be nauseated all the time. It wouldn't be just on work days. So other theories you could explore. Is there some kind of gas leak at the hospital? Is she having to wear some kind of weird hazmat protective stuff that she has an allergy to? Or is it like the morning that she's going to work, while she's still at home, she starts getting nauseous, then Neisha's got it?
She's the director.
She's the director, which is even more stressful.
Very stressful job.
Yeah, super stressful. Super stressful. But she needs to look at exposures. She needs to look at inhalation. She needs to look at her food.
Take a pregnancy test just in case.
Take a pregnancy test, and then is this job? I know the pay is probably great being the director of an ICU. I mean, I hope it's great, because it's
never enough.
That's a job.
Never
that's a job.
Enough.
But if it turns out that this is anxiety stress, then is the money worth it? I don't know.
It's not. I can just tell you. I love sports and fitness. Says a bit weird. You're 55 and your wife is 23. Thank you.
Huzzah, baby! Read them and weep.
Thank you. Thank you for that compliment.
It's not weird. What do you mean weird?
23.
We already got that one. Nanny's World. Ferritin was 357. Doc had me do therapeutic blood draw about 6 weeks ago. So, first of all, Nanny, was your RBC count high? Was your hemoglobin and hematocrit high? If not, did you need the therapeutic phlebotomy? You could have just given blood at the Red Cross. It's down to 197 now, and that's why I said Red Cross, because it will make your ferritin level come down temporarily. Other iron levels look okay. Is it safe to do another therapeutic blood draw? Yeah, don't do a therapeutic. Go to the Red Cross and donate. You can help 100 people. Why would you want to pour it down the sink? Diagnosed with alpha-gal, so you can't eat the meat of mammals currently, but you can eat every fowl that flies or has wings and flaps them, and every fish that swims in the river or the ocean.
It's just mammal meat?
Mammal meat. That's it. Yep. Mster, MS on carnivore for 6 days, TMI, but 100% water diarrhea. How long does it last? Anywhere from 3 days to 3 weeks, Mster, depending. Most people who adopt a carnivore diet don't have diarrhea at all. But some people, about 10 to 20%, will have the mud buds for a few days. And this is not dangerous. It's not a sign of anything bad. It's just your gut microbiome adjusting to your new, healthier diet. You're getting rid of all the mean bacteria, and all the good bacteria are setting up residence. And the mean bacteria are protesting. They're marching in the streets, and that gives you diarrhea. Just give it a few days. It'll go away. Josh, is there an optional time of day to consume sodium? You need to salt your food to taste, Josh. First thing in the morning seems to make me feel wonky. Yeah, don't do that then. Just salt your food to taste and you'll get plenty of sodium. Christ, the TRDM man fan. You both deserve a Nobel Prize. Thank you for what you do for your fellow man.
Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
being
you very
here.
much. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the super chat. Nova Storm, 8 months carnivore, drastically reducing my ankylosing spondylitis symptoms.
Man, that's nice.
Ankylosing spondylitis is a dirty word. It sucks.
Look at you, not cussing.
Okay.
So proud.
Anybody out there with any rheumatological condition, pay attention to this comment. Ankylosing spondylitis sucks. If you can drastically reduce the symptoms of your rheumatological condition, wouldn't you want to do that by just eating real food? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. 8 months carnivore. So like Neisha said earlier, I've got, if you're like, yeah, but what's carnivore? How do you do that? On my YouTube channel, I've got a playlist called Carnivore 101. It's got about 100 videos that answers every question you could possibly have about a carnivore diet. Did you have something?
I do, but I want to confirm something really quickly.
Really quick. Laura, I got answers for carnivore diet after duodenal switch gastric bypass. After the bypass, I got you, Laura. Sorry we couldn't have went back in time and got to you sooner. I wish that would have been the thing. Pheno Barbie doll. She's tied for the top 3 of best handle on YouTube. Pheno Barbie doll.
Definitely very memorable.
After well over a year, high-fat carnivore, I'm still dealing with low iron symptoms, freezing all the time in West Texas, craving ice, exhaustion. Any suggestions? I eat red meat, butter, eggs daily. So feeling cold all the time, it's not just low iron that can cause that. Also low iodine can cause that as well. When you get a complete blood count checked, is your RBCs, are they actually low? Is your hemoglobin and hematocrit actually low? Is your serum iron actually low? Has your doctor checked all these things? Because unless they're actually low, then you don't have low iron. You've got probably low iodine. But it may be. You may have already had those labs checked. I would have to know more about your case. I don't know if you're a member of our community, Pheno Barbie doll, but if you're not, you maybe should consider, because you do super chats all the time. I'd much rather you spend your money and be a member of the tribe so we could answer this more thoroughly.
Okay, here's what I was going to say.
Okay.
When we say you should do carnivore, go carnivore, do an elimination diet, people are like, yeah, but I just can't eat just beef. That's so boring. What if I get bored?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you should head over to Chris Cooking Nashville's YouTube channel. He is I thought he had hit 100,000 subscribers, but he's creeping up on it.
Chris Cooking Nashville.
They are so amazing. He is so creative, culinary genius, and almost all of his are carnivore. There are a few keto ones. Him and his wife make videos, and they're just amazing. So go subscribe to his channel, watch a few of those videos, get some inspiration for your meals.
Yep.
And
eat your meat.
Tell him Dr. Barry and Neisha sent you.
Zuri Zen. Hello, Dr. Barry and Nurse Neisha. Thank you for all you do. 3 months carnivore. Finally cut out cheese. 30 pounds down.
Whoa.
No more back pain. No more headaches. Alternate day fasting and carnivore is saving my life in Las Vegas.
Awesome, Zuri. That's awesome.
Now, let me tell you guys, I love cheese. Do I love cheese?
Don't we all?
But
does cheese love us?
I really love cheese, but cheese doesn't love me. If I eat too much cheese, I start to get achy joints. My belly starts to pooch out a little more. I start to look at the bathroom scales with a little bit of disdain. I love cheese, but cheese has to be an occasional dessert for me, an occasional treat. If I eat as much cheese as I wanted, I would weigh 30 pounds more and be much more inflamed.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it, but it needs to be moderated in most people.
I think doing 30 days dairy-free is doable for most people. And you can just kind of feel, did this help me at all? And then, bring it back in a little later.
Hey, there's Aaliyah. Hey, Aaliyah. Love you both. Thank you again, Dr. Barry, for joining us for the diabetes live stream. That was on Homestead House channel.
Awesome. Yeah.
It was a total success. Yes, we were raising money for the American Diabetes Society, and I think they raised $5,000 or $6,000. And Leah was in the comments campaigning for those donations. She did a great job.
I'm really excited to see this documentary, the Healing Humanity documentary.
100%.
I'm ready for it. I know it takes time, but I'm excited.
I'm excited. Let's put it that way. We're excited. We're not rushing you. Take your time.
We're just very excited.
Do it right, but we're very excited. Thule. Hello, Carnivore 2 years. I have had a sweet taste in my mouth for 3 or 4 months, and it will not go away. It's ruining my meals. Thanks. Very interesting. A sweet taste in my mouth for 3 or 4 months, and it will not go away.
It's a mystery.
That's very interesting. I have no idea what's causing that. If you're not, obviously adding sweeteners to anything, I don't know why. There's a couple of weird conditions with cranial nerve 5 and 7 that might be contributing, but it would be rare, super rare. You might want to talk to your doctor about a referral to ear, nose, and throat just to run this by them, or neurology, either one. Maybe neurology, and just say, I feel fine otherwise, but it's really weird if it's bothering you, if your spidey sense is tingling. But if you're like, nah, it's just a random thing, I don't care about it, then just ignore it. I don't think it's dangerous. But if it's spooking you, go see your doctor.
Yeah.
Very odd. I'll have to look into that.
Some things are just a mystery.
They are.
Some fella
on YouTube.
Question will appear momentarily in general drop. What?
Does that mean?
Did
I
you
don't know what that means.
Okay, sorry, some fella. I don't know. Daniel.
What was that about? I feel like I was just punked. Daniel, 44-year-old male trying to lose another 55 pounds, implying he's already lost 55 pounds by eating a proper human diet. I am sub 2,000 kilocalories and stalled for the last 3 months. That's almost certainly why you're stalled. Stop counting calories and stop limiting your food. Eat until you're comfortably stuffed. You are convincing your body that there's a famine by doing this. That's going to cause your body to clamp down on your metabolism, slow it down, and keep you from, it's going to lower your metabolism. It'll lower your body temperature a half a degree. 400 grams ribeye and 2 to 4 eggs daily. Carnivore for 6 months. What am I doing wrong? You're not eating until you're comfortably stuffed.
Yeah.
I know you're trying to lose weight, and I know you're sitting there, Daniel, going, did that fool just tell me to eat more food to lose weight? Yes, that's what I just told you.
No, that doesn't mean you need to go shove 5,000 calories of pure butter down your mouth.
Because you're not going to be measuring calories because it's dumb.
But you need to eat meat and fat that are attached to each other.
Yes.
Ribeye is a great one.
Yes.
So you're already doing that. Bacon,
Stop calorie restricting.
Beef ribs,
Yes.
pork ribs even,
Yep.
and 80, what do we get? Ground beef? What do we get?
70-30 if we can find
70-30
it.
ground beef.
75-25 if we can.
Yeah.
Go see your doctor, Daniel. You're 44. Get your testosterone, your thyroid, and your adrenal labs checked just to make sure there's nothing else going on. You've already lost 55 pounds, so I doubt anything is going on. Probably your body has just paused, because human bodies will do that when you're losing weight very quickly, because your body doesn't understand that you're 120 pounds overweight. knows you're losing weight very fast. And in the wild, in the past, that would be very dangerous. Your body tries to slow that down. But by under eating, not eating until satiety, you're encouraging your body to slow down even more. So stop that. Eat until you're comfortably stuffed. Fatty meat and eggs. Angela, 64-year-old grandma with CP, down 85 pounds off the Valium because her spasticity is so much better.
That's amazing.
Huzzah, Angela. Fasting insulin 6, LDL 68. Wow, that's low. A1C 4.9.
Aqua
Beautiful.
jogs.
She aqua jogs 5
Love
days a week.
that. Awesome.
Y'all like, oh, I can't exercise. Angela's over here in the pool like, baby, grow up.
5 days a week. Catch her at the pool. Okay. On carnivore since February 5th, lost a little over 30 pounds. Can eating carnivore cause red blood cells to be slightly elevated?
Yeah, and some people, the red blood cell normal range was set in bread eaters. They picked 100 or 200 random people who are generally healthy, and they checked RBC. Then they went 2 standard deviations from the mean. When you're eating a diet full of very healthy red meat, your RBC is going to be a little higher. And sometimes it'll peak out above the normal range, but that's completely normal for somebody on a carnivore diet. Don't worry about it.
We have a few more
Andrew,
minutes.
I have been carnivore for 2 weeks, down 22 pounds in 2 weeks. I'm 24-year-old male from 428 down to 404.
Huzzah.
Son, you on the road now. I just recently started having heart palpitations. So as you're losing weight, a lot of this is fluid loss. You know that, Andrew.
And he's on 3 blood pressure medications.
Right. So you're probably at this point, you need to start checking your blood pressure twice a day correctly. I've got a YouTube video about how to check your blood pressure correctly. It's quite possible that you're now taking too much blood pressure medicine.
You need to work closely with your doctor.
100%.
Tell him what's going on.
Yep.
Say, hey, I've lost this much weight. I think it's a little bit of water weight. Could this be messing with my medications?
Exactly.
Do we need to reevaluate this?
Exactly.
That's how you say it. Okay, you don't go in with your guns blazing, telling him that you need him to do X, Y, Z, yada, yada, yada. You know what I mean?
Right.
Approach it from a reasonable way.
Yes. Or, no, she's right.
No.
You should do that. She's right.
Don't listen to the doctor.
Grandma Kitty Hamilton, fibrinogen 466 is high. What causes? Long list of things can cause your fibrinogen level to be elevated. Grandma Kitty, I'd have to know more information.
Also, Andrew, we're so proud of you.
Yeah. So you,
Good job, man.
dude, you have found the way. Just keep doing what you're doing. Go see your doc about the palpitations. Pouncer mend. My trigs were 1,235 almost 3 weeks ago. A1C 9.3. So you're currently type 2 diabetic as well. Started keto carnivore, lost 10 pounds in 2 weeks, and my fasting glucose is now at 85 in range. How fast will my trigs and A1C go down? Because both of those are important. You're going to just keep eating just like you're eating, Pouncer, and you're going to go back to your doctor 3 months and get those rechecked, and you are going to be blown away at how much they've improved. Wow. You're going to be so shocked, Pouncer. Just wait.
That is it. Thank you for joining us for this hour of Q&A. If you want more, you can come inside of our community. You can go to drberry.com to learn more about the PhD community. We also will be here next week, I think, as long as something crazy doesn't happen. We'll do this again. We do it every Monday at 6 Central Time, and we do it for an hour, and we try to answer as many questions as possible. We are not superheroes. We can only answer so many in an hour.
And I'm going to be doing this live again tomorrow in the private group.
Yes.
So if you join, you can get your question answered tomorrow.
If you do join, make sure when you log in, you sign in, and it will take you to a page. That's the welcome page. It says start here. Make sure you do indeed start there so that you can make the most of your time in the community. We want you to get welcomed in. Our members are so amazing. We have over 7,000 amazing members inside the community. We also have PhD coaches. Of course, we're in there as well, and we want to make sure we're welcoming everybody. So follow the instructions, and then we will see you there, or we'll see you next week.
That's right. Have fun. Eat your meat.